The Young and the Restless spoiler. Victor's masterstroke. Is he using Patty Williams to destroy Diane and Jack for good? The already explosive battle for control of Genoa City has just been elevated to a terrifying new level. While the Abbott family scrambles to locate their missing patriarch, Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, a shocking new theory is circulating among fans and insiders. Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, may have just played his most dangerous card yet by unleashing the unhinged Patty Williams, Stacey Heideck, with one specific, devastating order: to systematically destroy Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, once and for all. As Jack remains trapped on a yacht in the middle of Lake Michigan, the situation is far more precarious than a simple kidnapping. Recent spoilers confirm that Jack is not just a hostage, he is the bait in a twisted psychological game, and his captor is the one woman whose obsession with him has literally driven her insane. Patty Williams, Jack's first wife, has a rap sheet that reads like a crime novel. She has shot Jack not once, but multiple times, assumed various identities to infiltrate his life, and has been confined to a mental institution for years. Now, she's back and she has Jack alone and vulnerable. But is Patty acting on her own delusions, or is she following the orders of the mustache? The puppeteer and his pawn. The theory gaining the most traction is that Patty's return is not a coincidence. It's Victor's real revenge. We know Victor is desperate, willing to risk everything to reclaim his family's legacy. He's already shown he's not bluffing by trapping Jack at sea. But holding Jack for ransom against Chancellor Industries might just be phase one. Think about it. Victor has a history of manipulating Patty. Years ago, he famously gave her a new face and identity as Mary Jane Benson to get close to Jack as part of a vendetta. He knows exactly how to point her in a direction and let her particular brand of chaos do the rest. By putting her on that yacht with Jack, Victor has created the perfect storm. Jack, ever the diplomat, is currently trying to manipulate Patty with promises of a kiss to secure his freedom. But this is Patty Williams. She is described as a loose cannon, who is, at turns, hilarious and horrifying. Jack is walking a tightrope without a net, and one wrong move could send him tumbling into her trap. Spoilers indicate that by Friday, March 13th, Jack will indeed fall into that trap. The question is, what happens next? Diane Jenkins. The ultimate target. If Victor's goal was simply to get Chancellor back, he would hold Jack until Billy, Jason Thompson, signs on the dotted line. But Victor is a man who holds grudges, and no one incites his rage quite like Diane Jenkins. She has been a thorn in his side for decades, marrying him, betraying him, and ultimately landing back in the Abbott fold, seemingly happy. Imagine Victor's satisfaction if he doesn't just get his company back, but also gets to watch Diane suffer the ultimate torment. What could be more painful for Diane than knowing her husband is trapped in close quarters with a woman who has literally worn wedding dresses while aiming a gun at him? This is where Patty's mission could become clear. Early spoilers hinted that Patty would set a trap for Jack and deliver some unsettling news. What if that news is that Diane is in danger? Or worse, what if Patty's obsession, which has always been singularly focused on Jack, is cleverly redirected by Victor toward the woman Jack chose over her? Victor may be whispering in Patty's ear, fueling the flames of her jealousy. He knows Patty's history with Diane is the stuff of legend. Diane was the other woman who slept with Jack while he was married to Patty, directly contributing to Patty's devastating miscarriage. To Patty, Diane isn't just Jack's wife, she is the architect of her entire life's destruction. The "us against the world" mentality crumbles. Back in Genoa City, the Abbott family is in turmoil. Diane and Kyle, Michael Mealer, are desperately chasing leads, but they are running out of time. Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, is beginning to connect the dots, and her fury with Victor is reaching a boiling point that threatens their marriage. If Victor's true play is revealed, that he has set a mentally unstable woman loose on Jack with the implicit goal of having her act out her darkest fantasies on Diane's husband, it would be a betrayal so deep it would shatter Nikki's already fragile tolerance. The spoilers hint at a breaking point between Victor and Nikki by Friday, March 13th. Discovering that her husband has weaponized mental illness for corporate and personal revenge might be the final straw. What happens on the yacht? As the week progresses, Jack will find himself tangled up in Patty's twisted web. He might try to appeal to whatever humanity is left in her, but viewers know that Patty's mind is a minefield. She has already told Jack she wants redemption, but cannot let him go because she is not the one calling the shots. That single line is a massive clue that someone else is pulling the strings. Is she referring to Victor, or is the voice in her head the one giving orders? If Victor has promised Patty that he will deal with Diane, perhaps remove her from the picture entirely, in exchange for Patty's help with Jack, then Jack isn't just a hostage, he's a prop in a psychotic break waiting to happen. Imagine the scene. Patty, holding Jack captive, perhaps showing him news on her phone of a disaster befalling Diane back in Genoa City, all orchestrated by Victor. The look on Jack's face would be the true victory Victor is seeking. The clock is ticking with Billy gambling everything to save his brother, and Adam, Mark Grossman, providing intel that might lead Nick, Joshua Morrow, and Sharon Case, on a rescue mission. The pieces are in motion for a dramatic showdown. But will they reach the yacht before Patty's trap snaps shut? And if they do, will they find Jack alive, or will they find that Victor's real revenge, the psychological and emotional destruction of Jack and Diane's relationship, is already complete? When Victor Newman decides to take his revenge, he aims for the heart, and by using Patty Williams as his weapon, he isn't just aiming at Jack. He's aiming straight through him to destroy Diane.